Hello students, good afternoon. In our previous class, we have discussed our poem, right? Run. And we have discussed exercise also. Today, we are going to discuss our Unit 3, Nasruddin's aim and its exercise if up to what we can cover. Okay, that much exercise we will do and remaining we will do in a next class. So when we what I will do here, that first as I do, I will read it and then I will explain it. That is fine. Okay, so let's read. You also try to read it. Okay, that is one day Nasruddin was chatting with his friend. Okay, he begins to boast, no one can match my skill in archery. I string the bow, take aim, and shoot the arrow. Whoosh! The arrow is sure to hit right on target. Hearing this, one of his friends immediately bought a bow and some arrows. Okay. Giving them to Nasruddin, he said, "Here, Nasruddin, take this bow and arrows." Then, pointing towards a target, he said, "Aim at that target and shoot an arrow." Okay, so here one day I will explain this page and we will go further. So one day, any one day will be there. Okay, Nasruddin was chatting with his friend. So here new word is a chatting. For us new word is a chatting. So what is the meaning of chatting? Informal talking, like you are talking with your friend, that we can say is a chatting, correct, with his friend. So he was talking with his friend. He begins to boast. He begins to boast. No one can match my skill in archery. Boast. Here new word you can say that boast. What is the meaning of boast? Boast means that I can only do like that. I am good at this thing. Self praising. What kind of self praising? Self showing that I can do this, I can do like that way. So, but he is not capable of like that, and he is telling that I can do like that. That kind of thing we call it as a boast, self-praising, right? You can say, okay, possessiveness. No one can match my skill in archery. So he said, no one is here can match my skill for the archery. I string the bow, take aim, and shoot the arrow. Whoosh! The arrow is sure to hit right on target. So what that Nasruddin said, that I take aim in a bow, string is there, right? In a bow, the string. I string the bow. It means see. This is a bow. This is wooden is there, no? This person is holding, that we call it a bow, and this is a string. This is one string. It means one kind of a rope which is tightened on the bow. So what he said, that I string that bow. It is stretching that bow string and take aim, and then finally takes aim and shoot the arrow. Then he leaves the arrow from that bow, and he said it makes sound whoosh, like that sound Nasruddin makes, and said that it is sure that this arrow will hit on the target. That was self-confident. Okay. Hearing this, one of his friend immediately bought a bow and some arrows. So after listening Nasruddin this talking, what his friend did, that he bought one bow and arrows immediately. Suddenly he went and bought that bow and arrows. Giving them to Nasruddin, he said, "Here Nasruddin, take this bow and arrow." So after taking that bow and arrow, that his friend told Nasruddin that take this bow and arrows. Then pointing toward target, he said, aim at the target and shoot an arrow. That Nasruddin friend asked him that take this bow and arrow and shoot to the aim and target the aim. So his friend asked to the Nasruddin like that way. Okay. So what is the next? That Nasruddin held the bow in his hand, stung it, aimed at the target and shoot an arrow. Ooh, the arrow didn't hit the target. Instead, it fell down somewhere in the middle. Ha 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 ha. His friends started laughing. They said, hey Nasruddin, is this your best aim? Oh no, not at all, said Nasruddin. Defending himself, this wasn't my aim, it was Azad's aim. I just showed you how Azad shoots an arrow. Saying this, Nasruddin picked another arrow. Once again, he stung the bow, aimed at the target, and shot the arrow. This time, the arrow fell a little further from where it had fallen before. Okay, so here what happens? So here in a previous page, we might have missed some new words, that is archery. Okay, archery means who is taking this bow and arrow and taking aim, we call it as archery. Then we have missed this word string. String I already explained, and the target. Target means which where we are aiming. Okay, so I have already brought the meaning. You can see here. See, chatting means talking in a friendly and informal way. Archer means shooting with bow and arrows. That is, and string means material consisted of thread, cotton, hemp, or other material twisted together to form a thin length. String, I already explained, is one kind of a rope which is threaded and made of a cotton or hemp like that. Okay. Target means a person, object, or place selected as the aim of the attack. Something we are attacking, like any place or any object or any person, that we can say that aim, we call it as a target. And boasted means talk with excessive pride and self satisfaction. I told you, self satisfaction, self praise, right, which is on ability, like I can do this thing, I can do that thing, like that. A self, if we are doing, that we call it as a, that we call it as a boasted. Okay. Okay, let's see the next. I already read it, let me explain. Nasruddin held the bow in his hand. What Nasruddin did? Nasruddin held the bow in his hand and stung it. Stung means string. String flew past and is a stung. So he took a bow and stung it and aimed to the target and shoot an arrow. Right? So what he did? He took a arrow, stung in the bow, and shoot on the target. Then that sound was making, when arrow leaves from the bow, what sound makes? Ooh, like that way it sound makes. So that was written. The arrow didn't hit the target. Okay. You see, arrow didn't hit the target. You see, arrow is here. You see here, arrow is here and target is here. So arrow didn't hit the target. So somewhere else in the middle, you see in the middle somewhere else it dropped. Ha ha ha, his friends started laughing. So Nasruddin friend who bought that things, he started laughing. Oh ho ho, ha 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 ha, like that way he started laughing. And what he said that, hey Nasruddin, is this your best aim? What that fellow said to Nasruddin, his friend said to Nasruddin that this is your best aim, like that way. Yes. Then Nasruddin replied, oh no, not at all. Nasruddin said that not at all. Okay. Defending himself. So here new word is a defending. Defending means if someone is attacking on you, you are protecting yourself. That we call it as a defending. Okay. You are protecting yourself, that we call it as a defending. So in a defense, of that, Nasruddin said that no, this is not my aim. This wasn't my aim. It was Azad's aim. I just showed you how Azad shoots an arrow. So Nasruddin replied, this is not my aim. I don't shoot like this way. Azad shoots like this way. I am just showing you. Okay, like that way. Nasruddin replied. So defending meaning, you see, defending means resisting an attack made on someone or something. Like someone is attacking you, what do? You protect yourself. You resist to yourself, right? So that is the meaning of defending. Okay. So let's see the further. Saying this, Nasruddin pick up another arrow. So after telling that Azad shoots like that way, Nasruddin picks second arrow. One more arrow Nasruddin picks. Okay. Once again he strung the bow, aimed at the target and shot the arrow. This time the arrow fell little further from where it had fallen before. Again what Nasruddin did, that he took arrow, strung in a bow and shoot the aim. Same process he repeated, but this time what happened? This time that arrow was there, was moved little further. It went little further. See here, this arrow is here. So now this time it moved little here, like this way. Okay, like that way it moved little further, fell a little further from where it had fallen before. So before it was fallen here. So this time it was little further, like somewhere here it fallen. Okay. Okay. So now what? But it certainly didn't hit the target. But they asked, it didn't hit the target at all. They asked Nasruddin, and this must be how you shoot an arrow. Of course not, argued Nasruddin. Even this aim was not mine. It was the chief guard's aim. Now somebody remarked, well, now who's next on the list? Hearing this, all the friends burst out laughing. Nasruddin didn't say a word. He quietly picked up one more arrow, and again, and this time Nasruddin was really lucky. The arrow hits right on the target. Okay, so what happens then? But certainly didn't hit the target. In previously second time also he attempted, but that time also it didn't hit the target. So they asked Nasruddin, and this must be how you shoot an arrow. So Nasruddin's friends asked him that this how you shoot the arrow, an arrow. This is your quality to shooting in a arrow. This is your quality in archery. Like that way they asked. Okay, like you are playing cricket, you said I am a batsman. Okay, but while you playing, you in a first ball you gets out. Okay, in every time you said this how I don't play, this how my friend plays. Again you will play. Then again you gets out. You say this is not my playing, this one is his playing. Like that way you are defending yourself, right? So the same way here also Nasruddin said like that. This is not my aim. Okay, of course not, argued Nasruddin. So of course not. I don't play like that way. Argument means talking. Okay, like I am telling this point, but you are not agreed with that, so you are replying with some other meaning, so that is means arguing. So of course not, argued Nasruddin. So Nasruddin argued with his friend that this is not my aim. Even this aim was not mine, it was the chief guard's aim. So Nasruddin said this is not my aim, this is chief guard saying. Okay, now somebody remarked, well, now who's next on the list? So someone from his friends said that who is in the next in your list? Who is next in your list? Like that way, his friend asked. So after hearing this, all the friends started laughing. Hearing this, all the friends burst out laughing. So all the friends started laughing on Nasruddin. And this time Nasruddin was really lucky. The arrow hit right on the target. So again Nasruddin took arrow and strung in a bow and started shooting. So this time Nasruddin was lucky. Arrow hit on the target. Exactly, arrow hit at the target. Okay, you see here in see Nasruddin hit on the target exactly. This time, everybody started at Nasruddin, their mouth agape in amazement. Before anyone could say anything, Nasruddin said triumphantly, "Did you see that it was my aim?" See, amazement, triumphantly, these are the new words, amazement and triumphantly. So, what happens next? That everybody, this time what happened? Nasruddin hit the target. You see, I have shown in this image. Yeah, correct. See, these are it is aimed. So after that, what happened? Everybody started stared at Nasruddin. Means everybody looking was Nasruddin, like in your class. Okay, someone is laughing, and suddenly our class was silent, and someone has made some noise. So everybody will look that person, right? So that we call it as a stare. So everybody stared at Nasruddin. Their mouths agape in amazement. So their mouth was gap in amazement. Amazement means surprisingly, like that way. Okay. Before anyone could say anything, Nasruddin said triumphantly, "Did you see that it was my aim?" So here amazement and triumphantly is a new word. So amazement is a feeling of a great surprise or wonder. I told you, surprisingly. So that is the meaning of amazement. And triumphantly means in a way that show great happiness or joy at a victory or achievement. Like you are playing cricket match and you won, right? Surprisingly you won that match. So what you triumphantly, you are enjoying that winning, right? You will enjoy that winning in the match. So that we call as a triumphantly, means in a way that shows a great happiness. Okay, so here you see what triumphantly that Nasruddin said, "Did you see that it was my aim?" So in a joyful way, Nazruddin said that this is my aim. So here you noticed in the story, this see here our story gets end. But have you noticed Nasruddin was lying. He was not able to he was not able to take a great aim in starting two time. Two time he shoot the arrow, but he was not able to get aim, right? So he lied that this is not my aim. In the last, unfortunately, he target hit the aim. So he said, "This is my aim," like that way he said, right? So you see, if you don't know anything, you should accept it. Okay, here Nasruddin was not accepting that I am a good archery, I am a bad archery, like that way. But he was rather than accepting it, he was lying that this is not my aim, this is a Azad aim, this is a our soldier aim, like that way, right? See here, he first he said Azad aim, then he said this is not my aim, this is a chief guard's aim, right? So like that way he was lying, and when unfortunately or amazement surprisingly he hits the target, so he said that this is my target, like that way. Like in a suppose while playing cricket, one player said I am a good batsman, but he don't hit a, he just gets out twice. He will say I am not playing like that, this person plays like that, and when he hits a four, he said I play like this way, like that way. He will lie. He is not a good batsman, but he is lying that I am a good batsman. So that way Nasruddin also doing similarly here. So what is the moral of the story? Moral is that we should not lie to anyone, and we should accept what we are. Like I am not a good at a cricket bowling. Okay, I am not a good at a bowling, so I should not say that I am a good bowler. I am not a good bowler, but I am a good batsman. Okay, you said I am a good bowler and you are not doing well bowling, so that is not correct. So whenever you are not at a good, you should accept it. I am not at a, I my handwriting is not a good. Okay, So you can practice and then. But you said my handwriting is good, but when you write, it is not a good. So that is not a good thing. Whenever it is this kind of thing is there, you should accept. If you are wrong there, you should accept. Okay, whatever qualities you have, that you should accept. Okay, you should not say that you are not a good, but you said I am a good at that thing. Like that, you are not a good. What another game you take? You are not a good keeper. Suppose in a cricket, you are not a good keeper, but what you said, I am a good keeper, but while playing, you are missing the ball in keeping. So that is not a good thing. Okay, you should accept that I am not a good keeper. Nothing will happen, no one will laugh on you, but you said, and after that, this kind of thing happens, everyone will laugh on you. So the moral is that you should accept whatever you are. Okay, let's see the exercise now. So here we have what we have done. We have finished our story and new words also. Correct? We have seen all the new words which are important. So today now we will see the exercise of it. So reading is fun. So in that, what did Nasruddin boast about? So think of it. What he said that he said that I am a good archer, right? Like that way he boasted. Then why did Nasruddin take someone else's name each time he missed the target? Why he was doing like that way? Have you think about it? So if you know the story, you can easily give that Nasruddin did so defending himself. Why he did? To defending himself. He don't want to show his failure. That's why he did it. Then for third one, why did Nasruddin say it was my aim the third time? Because that time the arrow hit the target. That's why he said this is my aim. Do you think Nasruddin was good at archery? No, we don't think that Nasruddin was a good archery because when he only boasted about it before his friends. Okay, right? So let's see how we can write it. Okay, so here what did Nasruddin boast about? That Nasruddin boasted about his skill in archery. Right? In our story starting itself, we know that Nasruddin was boasted about his skill in archery. Why did Nasruddin take someone else's name each time he missed the target? Why he did that? To defending himself. So Nasruddin did so to defend himself. He did not want to show his failure in his skill in archery, so he took someone else's name each time he missed the target. So you understood it. Every time when he missed the target, why he did? Because he would want to defend himself, and he didn't want to show his failure in his skill in archery. That's why. So he took someone else's name each time he missed the target. Third one is, why did Nasruddin say it was my aim the third time? Why he did that? Because he was lucky in his third attempt. In third attempt he was lucky that he successfully hit the target. So he did said it was my aim. That's why he said that it was my aim, because in the third time he hit the target. Do you think Nasruddin was a good at archery? So the answer is, I don't think Nasruddin was a good at archery. He only boasted about it before his friend. Okay, he was only boasting about himself only. Okay, he only boasted about it means about archery before his friend. Okay, before his friend said he was boasting about his archery. So here we have given all the answer correctly. You see, if you know the story part, you can easily write this answer. There are no difficulty at all. Correct? Yes. So let's see the next exercise. So read and enjoy. So here what we need to do, we just need to read this story. Nasruddin Hoja. In this Nasruddin Hoja we are going to read. So you see one by one image, I will read it, and we just need to enjoy it. One day the king forced Nasruddin Hoja to go on hunt with him. Okay. The king asked Nasruddin Oja to go for hunting with him. Okay. When the hunting party returned in the evening, the team went for hunting, they returned in the evening. So this fellow said, it was wonderful. How did the hunt go? The king asked, how did it went? So that king asked, did you kill any animal? Have you killed any animal? Like that way he asked, did you kill any animal? He replied, no. Nasruddin Oja replied, no. So that king asked, did you chase any animal? Have you went in a single animal with following? Okay, you have followed any animal, like that way he asked. And again Hoja replied, no. Then king again asked, did you see any animal? What he asked, did you see any animal? Then again he replied, no. Then this fellow king asked, then why do you say the hunt was wonderful? That king asked, why do you say that hunt was wonderful? Oh my dear, when you go to hunt such a dangerous animal, it always marvelous not to come across any. So he said, oh my dear, when you go to hunt such a dangerous animal, it is always marvelous not to come across any way. So then Nasruddin Hoja replied that we should not go for this to kill dangerous animal because they can hunt us also. So not to come across any. Okay. So here you see, be yourself Nasruddin Hoja. It means protect yourself. Okay. See here one more story is there. One old granny is there. She fell down from the stairs. So one boy asked, "Are you hurt? Would you have done if your grandmother slipped?" So in this situation, if your grandmother is there, if she fell down, what you will do? You should help like this way, correct? Like boy helped one granny, like that way you should help. Okay, we should always help if someone got fell down or fall down. Okay, we should not do randomly walk away like that way. We should always help anyone. Okay. The next is word building. Shoot the arrow and hit the target by matching the word with their correct meaning. So here we have understood the new words, correct? From there only this exercise. If you know the meaning of the word, you just need to shoot that. It means you need to select. Like first word is there. Which one is chatting? Chatting means talking informally. That is the correct one. Amazement means great surprise. Correct. Archer means shooting with bow and arrow. And defending means protecting from attack. That is the meaning. Target means the goal intended to be hit. And triumphantly means happily and proudly. See, I know the meaning. I simply easily selected the answer. If you know the meaning, you can select the correct answer. Correct? It was not at all difficult. If you, I have already explained in the first in the slide only for new words meaning. You can easily select from here. Chatting means talking in form only. I will show you here in our slide also. You can see here. Yeah. You see, chatting means informal talk, amazement means greatly surprised, archery shooting with a bow and arrow, defending means protecting from attack, target means the goal intended to be hit, and triumphantly means happy and proud. I have already explained this word meaning. You just need to select it correctly. So this is not at all difficult. It is very easy. We just need to select the correct meaning of chatting, amazement, and others. Okay. So we have done this exercise also. Let's see the next one. What it is here, that replace the bold word with words from the fewer and rewrite the sentence. So here few words is given. Target, you see here target is given, certainly is given, and remarked on is given, right? So three words is given and three sentences are given. In that three lines like object the aim it surely said something about. Those are given in a bold letter. So what we need to do, we just need to replace this three word with given word. Sorry. What we need to do? We just need to replace it. Correct? Nothing else we need to do. We just need to replace this word and write the correct sentence. So object she aimed it. It means object you are aiming, that means target is the correct one. So in no time she hit the target. Object she aimed at, that is the meaning of target. So we will replace with this target. So in no time she hit the target. Nasruddin was surely not a good archer. So surely means confirm. It means certain, certainly. So Nasruddin was certainly not a good archer. The teacher said something about his good handwriting. He felt very happy. The teacher remarked on his good handwriting. He felt very happy. Right? So we just need to rewrite with correct word. I will show you the answer. You see here. Object she aimed it. I replaced with target. Surely replaced with certainly, and said something about, replaced with a remark on, and I wrote the sentence again. Simply, that was not at all difficult. This task was not at all difficult. Okay, let's see the next exercise. Let's write these pictures of Rahul Gupta using the clue given. Write a paragraph about him in your notebook. Okay, we need to write, see the pictures is given. This is suppose Rahul Gupta, this person or this boy is a Rahul Gupta. Okay, and here some clues are given. You see Indian cricket, 8 hours practice, eats healthy food, runs 2 kilometers every day, batsman. So these are the clue given is here. What we need to do, we need to write one paragraph about the Rahul using these words. Okay, so I have wrote it. I will show you. Yeah. So Rahul Gupta is a well-known name in Indian cricket. So these two Indian and cricket is used. He eat healthy food. Rahul Gupta eats healthy food. So we used he as a Rahul Gupta. So he eats healthy food. He runs 2 kilometers every day. Rahul Gupta runs 2 kilometers every day. So I wrote he runs 2 kilometers every day. He is good batsman. He is good batsman. He practices for 8 hours. What Rahul Gupta do? He practices for 8 hours every day in order to maintain his position in the Indian cricket team. He is practicing for 8 hours every day in order to maintain his position in the Indian cricket team. So I wrote one paragraph using these clue words we have got here. Not at all difficult. You can write if you are finding another sentence for these clues. You can write it. Okay. So I have wrote the paragraph. Fine. Yes. So let's go for the next exercise. That this is the Rajiv's family. In the pictures, you see father, mother, Sita, grandpa, grandmother, and Rajiv. So this is the Rajiv family, and they are healthy family. They are healthy family. See what each one does to remain healthy. So in this family, what each one are doing to remain healthy. So if you want to be healthy, you will do some exercises, right? So you can see the image father, mother, Sita, grandpa, grandmother, and Rajiv. In your life also, if you want to be healthy, what you will do? You will do some exercise or yoga or something, running or jogging, anything you will do, right? So here also, like that way, Rajiv family is doing exercise to get healthy, right? So what is the task here? That use the words and or but make many sentences as you can about Rajiv family. Before that, I think we have missed that they are healthy family. See what each one does in the remain healthy. So we need to see what everyone is doing to remain healthy. So we can see, you see here Rajiv father is lifting weight, right? See in hand there is a bundle, a dumbbell is there, right? Dumbbells. So father is lifting weight. What is Rajiv mother is doing? Mother is doing yoga. What Sita is doing? Sita is skipping, right? Skipping is with rope. She jumps and rope will go around her like that way. She is skipping. Grandpa is walking. Grandmother is drinking milk, and Rajiv is jogging. Correct. So these all are doing these things. So I have wrote it here. You see, father is lifting weights, Sita is skipping, grandmother is drinking milk, mother is doing yoga, grandpa is walking, Rajiv is jogging. So that way you can give answer. Next, what is that? Use the words and or but and makes as many sentences as you can about Rajiv family. So we need to make few sentences about Rajiv family using and but word. For example, we got grandpa and grandma get up early in the morning. You see here and is used and right. Grandpa is walking but Rajiv is jogging. See here but is used. So like that way we need to use and but like a conjunction and we need to write the few sentences. Okay. See, in English too, we have not done this and but use right until now. So when we do, you will easily understand this. But for now, I will show you the how you can write it. Okay, yeah. See here, father and mother do exercise to remain fit and healthy. Father is lifting weight, but mother is doing yoga. Rahul is jogging and Sita is skipping. Grandpa is walking, but grandma is drinking milk. You see, I have wrote 4 lines. If you find any other lines, if you think you can write it like father is lifting weight, but Rahul is jogging. Like that way, you can create whichever you like. You can create, but you use and but word and create the sentence. I have created 4 sentences. You can see here. Okay. Okay. Let's see the next exercise. Fun time. Watch the arrow pierce the apple. Would you like to see the arrow piercing the red apple? Bring the page close to your face and touch the star with your nose. Then look at the picture. See, this is a very magic. Okay, you see one apple is given, one arrow is given. Currently, what you see? They are far, right? Arrow is not piercing the apple. It is not going through apple. But take your nose and put on this star. On this star you put the nose and see what you will see. You will see that arrow is piercing the apple. Okay, arrow will be piercing the apple. You will see like that way. So you try to do this exercise with yourself. Okay. So here next exercise is let's play. fill in the grid with two words given below. You can use one word more than once. So stick, bat ball, 11, table, racket, ball, football, stadium, 2 to 4, ground. So these are the words we got here. Okay, these are the words are there. So what we need to do here, from this grid we need to fill in the box in below. So what is the task here? If you know the game, cricket, hockey, table tennis, football. So in these games, what you play with what you are playing, where you play it, in which place you will play this game, and how many players required to play this game. See, simple one is a cricket. Cricket everyone knows, I think. Okay. So in a cricket, what you play with? Obviously, bat and ball you play with, correct? With bat and ball you can, so here you need to write bat and ball. Where you play it? In a ground, right? In a ground you play, so here you need to write ground. Number of players, how many player requires? That is 11, right? So here you need to write 11. So this way you need to give answer of other game also, hockey, table tennis and football. Okay, so hockey stick, you play with a stick. Where you play it? You play it in a stadium. And number of player also 11, right? Then table tennis, in that table, racket and ball, all the things required. Where you played in a stadium, number of players two or more, two or four. Football, football means in a football you play with a football. Where in a stadium and player 11 is required. So let me show you the correct answer for it. So if you know about the game, you can easily give this answer. So I will show you here. You see, cricket requires bat ball to play, and where we can play, that is in a ground, and number of player requires are 11. Similarly for hockey, stick and ball, stadium and 11. For table tennis, table, racket and ball, where we can play stadium and number of player requires 2 to 4. And football, for football we will play with a football, in stadium we will play it, and number of player required are 11. If you know about the game, you can give easily answer. So you just need to remember it, for which game, with what we are playing, where we are playing, and number of players are required. This way you can give the correct answer. Okay, let's see the next exercise. That using the information in the grid above, information is there, right? Write a sentence about each game. One has been done for you. So in above grid there are four games, are right, correct? So in that four game, one game, we here one game is written. It means for one game few sentences are written here. You see, a cricket is an outdoor game. We play it with a bat and ball. There are 11 players in this game. So this way, three lines for each game we need to write. Nothing more difficult. One is already given like example. You can see football or hockey. Hockey is outdoor game. We play it with a stick and a ball. There are 11 players in this game. Like that way you can create for that. So let me show you the correct answer. Cricket is an outdoor game. We play it with a bat and ball. This is already done. Okay. So for hockey, hockey is an outdoor game. We play it with a stick and ball. There are 11 players in this game. Third one, table tennis. Table tennis is not an outdoor game. It is an indoor game, because we can play it in a room also. With a one table will be there. Above the table, we will play with a tennis and ball. Right. So we play it using table, a racket, and a ball. Okay. There are 2 to 4 players in this game. And the fourth one is a football is an outdoor game. What is football is a outdoor game, correct? Right? Yes, football is an outdoor game, and we play it with a football, and there are 11 players in the game. That is also correct. Okay. And the third one is the following words are used in a various sport. List them under the sport they are using. So few words, if you watch the match or cricket, hockey, football, there are few words which will be using in a commentary or somewhere else. Okay.
So what we need to adjust those words in a correct way. So for a hockey, what we say, we use goal, correct? And second one is penalty corner. There will be, if you know the hockey game, there will be penalty corner. For cricket, googly, LBW, that word you might have heard. And then football will be free kick and penalty. These two words you might have heard. So that you need to write in these places only. Nothing is hard. If you know the game, you can easily identify the words which can be used. So hockey, goal, penalty, corner. For cricket, googly and LBW. And for football, goal, penalty and free kick. All three words will be used. So you see, I have wrote which are the words can be used for this. Okay. Okay. Let's see the next exercise. A puppet head. So in this exercise, what you are going to do, you just going to do create a puppet at your home. So I will explain. You can use old tennis ball which has lost its bounce to make the head of puppet. She look like little girl in a skirt and it is very quick and easy to make. Look at the picture carefully and you will see how she works your fingers or her arms. So if you have any tennis ball which is not working, which is not getting bounced properly, so that kind of ball you can take and we will see how we can make. So what are the things required? That one needle, a wool, colored cloth and tennis ball. So these four things will require. Okay. After that, what you need to do, start with the head, make a small hole in the ball and push a long thick knitting needle about size 3. So one ball is take and one knitting needle size 3 you put a hole like this way, you see here, like this way you create. So up to what limit? Up to it touches here, like that way you need to push that needle inside the ball. Okay, up to this you need to push. Up to our second side or opposite side it touches, you need to push this needle. The hole needs to be very small so that it is difficult to push the needle in. In this way it will fit tightly and remain firm when you play with the puppet, your puppet. Okay, so it should be tight, small hole should be there, so needle will be tight and you can play with your puppet once it been created. Okay, now cut the thick top of an old nylon sock and stretch it tight around the ball, sewing it together down the back. So like this way you create from the nylon. Okay, this kind of a shape you give and create and stitch these two on the ball. Okay, you stitch these two in on the ball like this way, you see here it is stitched like this way, you stitch on the ball. Okay, what next you need to do, take some colored wool and stick on the ball. I told you, make plate, paint the eyes and lips on the ball. Then you can stick this button type is there on this eye and make a lipstick with a pen lip. You create a one lip whichever size you like that way you can create. Then cut two holes in the colored cloth to put in your finger. Now this is your hand. Okay, in that you cut this kind of two hole in the cloth and put your finger like this way. Here you see, in your finger you put like this way. Hold the needle in your hand to hold your puppet, and after that you put a finger in the cloth and hold the needle. You hold the needle and play with the puppet. So like that way you can create a puppet and play it. Write two sentences on your puppet. So once you create this puppet, you need to write few sentences about it. Okay, whichever whatever like you have created about that you need to write. Okay, I have wrote that I have a lovely puppet. It dances beautifully in a puppet show. I wrote two lines. You can write whichever you like. Like I have a lovely puppet which has a yellow color cloth and it has a good smile, like that way you can write. And it plays very well, it speaks very well in a puppet show, like that way you can create your sentence. So you need to create your sentences as you like. I have wrote two for you. Okay. So here I think we have finished our exercise also. So in the last, what we do the spelling words. So let's see the spelling words. Cities. Cities means a plural form of city. If more than one city is there, we call it as a city. So city, what is the meaning of city? City means a large town. Any large town, we call it as a city, and the plural form of city is cities. Second is clothing, means clothes collectively. So your clothes are there, right? In your home there are so many clothes. So what you do, you put those clothes in a collective way, in a proper way, that we call it as a clothing. Coast. Coast means the part of the land adjoining or near the sea. So coast means our sea is there, right? So sea and land are together, right? So that zone we call it as a coast. Okay, like a Gujarat has a 1600 kilometer coastal area. 1600 kilometer coastal area Gujarat has. It means that much land is touching the sea. Okay, our sea is there, sea which is adjoining with the land, that area we call it as a coast. Okay. Coin. Coin means a flat disc or piece of metal with an official stamp used as a money. So you have seen 1 rupees coin, 2 rupees coin, those coin we are talking about. Okay. Fifth one is a comb. Comb means to maintain your hair. You use, what you use with a teeth, narrow teeth plastic material, right? A strip of plastic, metal or wood with a raw or narrow teeth used to untangling or arranging the hair. You are arranging the hair with that we call it as a comb. Okay. Sixth one is a common. So belonging, equal to or shared alike. So something are in equal, something which are equal. Okay. Common thing means in general, belonging, equally to or shared alike, that we call it as a common. Copy means a thing made to be similar or identical to another. So you know the copy meaning at all, because you have wrote a note in the class, you have wrote one student is absent, and what he took your note and he wrote similarly as you wrote. So what he did, he copied your note, right? So copy means a thing made to be similar or identical to another. Eighth one is a corner. Corner means a place or angle where two sides or edges meets. So corner means, you see our slide, you see, so this is one side and this is one side, so these are meeting at one point. So that point, this zone, we call it as a corner. A place or angle where two sides or edges meet. So here you see two edges is meeting. In your screen you see this corner or two edges are meeting, that we call it as a corner. Cottage, a small house, typically outside the city, some kind of small hotel type, some house is there where you can go and stay your in your weekend, that we call it as a cottage, a small house. Now last one is a cotton. Cotton means, cotton means that soft white fibrous substance which surrounds the seeds of the cotton plant and is made into textile fiber and thread or sewing. So you see, it is a cotton is one kind of plant. Okay, from there you get a cotton material which you can use as a textile fiber. To create textile fiber, what we use cotton to made a thread or sewing use, we made a material, it is a white fibrous, that we call it as a cotton. You might have heard
in your home or in your village, your parent, your grandparents are planting this cotton. Okay, you might have seen those thing in your life. So that is a cotton. So you can see the correct all the spelling words in homework. What you need to do, you need to write new words and spelling word 5 times. Also you need to write all the exercise in your textbook and notebook both, and this the new word and spelling word you need to write one time in your notebook and 5 times in a rough book. Okay student, next class we will discuss next unit. Thank you.